Alright guys, ranked play is here and I'm very excited. I haven't gotten to play too much of ranked play so far, but I do know what the best class setups are. I have quite a few different ones to show you. So I have a solid 6 classes, 4 MCWs, and then 2 Rival 9s. It's going to be a quick video. We're just going to run through it. I'm going to run through each class setup, especially with the gear and all that stuff that I use. But if you do enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload another video. I know I've been taking a while with trying to actually get a proper ranked play video out, but hopefully I'll be able to get one out soon. I do want to start making more videos on this, and if that's something you want to see, obviously make sure you subscribe. So we'll start off with the MCW classes. This is the most dead accurate long-range MCW that I have. And this is the setup. I'm not going to bother going through and reading all the attachments. You can pause it. You can look at it. The optics, I will say, are personal preferences. The only one that I'm actually running slate reflector on. On all the other ones, I'm running, what is it, MK3 reflector. That's usually what everyone runs. But there are some exceptions on certain people that are using the slate reflector. So it kind of just depends on preference. It really doesn't matter. This is also the Renetti class that I'm using. I'm using the short competition barrel, slate reflector, and the wood grain grip. On almost all these, I believe I'm using stun and semtex, but you can use frag grenades. It really doesn't matter. But for when you're playing search and destroy, you're going to want someone to run a smoke. Trophy system, of course. You could use dead silence. That's probably more of a search thing, but I just run trophy system on everything. I am really going to go through and make S&D variations on my classes just so that I have it, but not going to do that right now. With this one, I have marksman gloves to help with the flinch while ADS. Covert sneakers, which you're going to have on every class, and then EOD, which you're going to have on every class. Now, this MCW is pretty different. We're using the MK3 reflector, and this is kind of built for more strafing, so it's not going to be insanely accurate, but it's going to be a lot better for when you're sitting here and you're trying to strafe. It helps with your aim walking movement speed while still being able to keep a steady shot. And then everything here is the same except for the gloves. We're using the quick grip gloves to increase the weapon swap speed, because this is kind of more of a faster MCW build. Now, this one is very interesting. This is an experimental build. Everything's the same except for I'm actually running frag grenade and we're doing marksman gloves this time. But this is a really weird MCW class that I saw on Twitter and I really wanted to try it, and I actually really liked it. It's kind of like the typical stuff, but instead of running a stock, you're going to be running the SP10 angled grip, which no one uses. It's always either the X10 Phantom or the DR6 hand stop, but I'm using the SP10 angled grip on this class, and I don't know what it is about it, but I just love the way that it feels. I have no clue, but I like it. It's something that you just want to try, but that's why I have it labeled as my experimental MCW, because it's not the greatest, but like it's interesting. Something to try for sure. And another one right here is literally just a setup that I got from Parasite on Twitter. This is the setup. The differences here is that instead of running a muzzle, which isn't really isn't really normal, you usually always run a muzzle on the MCW, we're gonna be running the precision heavy stock instead of the regal heavy stock like you would normally would. And then of course we got the DR6 hand stop and all that, and this one just feels overall very accurate and solid. I really do like this one too. It kind of like, they all have, every MCW class in this video just has very minuscule differences to it that it just kind of like just depends on what you're feeling. You might as well just have them all made. Just depends on how you're feeling. We're running frag grenade and then marksman gloves with this one. Now for the SMGs, normally this is the only Rival 9 setup that I use, and I'm using semtex, and normally you would run quick grip gloves. You do not have to follow me and do this, but I do commando gloves because I'm so used, especially with a sub, I'm used to being able to reload while sprinting. I don't know if commando gloves are GA'd, but they're there, so I'm using them. I don't know. It's just out of habit. It bothers me when I can't sprint and reload, so that's the only reason why I have it. But normally, you'd want to use these gloves right here. But this is the setup. You got the Rival Clear Shot Barrel, the Purifier Muzzle Brake, which you're always going to use on the Rival 9, the DR6 Hand Stop, the Vice Assault Grip, and the Marauder Grip. This is overall the best Rival 9 setup to use, but the only other case, the only other thing I would change is if for some reason you're not used to the recoil pattern of this gun, you can do another variation of it. And instead of the DR6 hand stop, you can use the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip, which just like removes like 90% of the recoil. So, and then that'll also make it easier so that these further targets, you're probably going to be able to beam a little bit. But it doesn't really help you with your horizontal like recoil control. It's mainly the vertical recoil control. So the horizontal is going to be, you're going to be swaying to the left and right a little bit, but it's worth trying if for some reason with the other setup, you can't control the recoil. I know this video was a lot of talking, and I apologize for that, but you can just skip through and copy whatever class setups you want. Enjoy ranked play. I mean, it's here, it's fun. They're already making really good changes. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload another video. And I'm telling you, just put on notifications and just wait for the next rank play video. And I have another very cool video on another FPS game that is just now recently coming out. But stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.